What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing part 1 of the Great League Battle of Spies, featuring 16 of the spiciest and most insane teams you'll ever see in the Go Battle League. And if you enjoy this video, part 2 will contain another 16 equally spicy teams, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications, so that way you don't miss out on part 2. Now I want to mention I have made a slight change compared to previous competitions based on community feedback, so the ELO range that each battle was carried out in will be displayed on the screen. Now most submissions had the ELO visible at the start of the battle, so I can verify the ELO range that was selected, but for other submissions where they cut out the start of the battle, I am just trusting that these trainers are being truthful in their submissions. But for anyone that is at or below rank 20, since they don't have a visible ELO yet, I have just grouped them into the 1750 to 1999 ELO category. So with that being said, let's just get into the question of the day. What is the spiciest Pokemon you have used so far this season? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Let's go into the first battle, leading Shadow Snova into Mandibuzz. So this is a triple level 50 Shadow team, and I love in the graphic the Slowpoke actually hasn't even made it into the middle of the screen yet, which is kind of fitting since it is a Slowpoke, of course. But the opponent is going to swap into Clodsire. We can come in with our Shadow Golett. We are down a shield at the moment, so we're going to no-shield this. The opponent is going to full send the Earthquake, but that actually doesn't get the KO, and we are double resisting the Poison Sting damage. However, we go for a Brick Break bait, and the opponent no-shields that, which forces us to throw another charge move immediately. Brick Break number 2 still doesn't get the KO, and because we baited there unnecessarily, we end up losing switch advantage. We're now down a shield. We're now obviously losing switch advantage as well, but the opponent comes back in with the Mandibuzz. So of course, going straight for the Ice Beam here. Ice Beam is going to be shielded by the Mandibuzz, and we are now going to swap and catch onto our Shadow Slowpoke as the opponent fires off the Aerial Ace there. Very nice catch, but the opponent's going to swap into a Gastrodon, so it makes sense there, of course, not wanting it aligned to the Shadow Snova. However, they could have stayed in with the Mandibuzz and completely destroyed our Slowpoke, but now we can go and reach a Psychic just before they farm us down. Psychic does big damage. Unfortunately, they do reach a last-second charge move. However, just going to be a Body Slam. Shadow Snova will be able to tank that reasonably comfortably, go for the Powder Snow farm down, and we have a ton of loaded energy here. So firing off the Ice Beam once again. Ice Beam gonna grab the final shield, and we're able to reach another Ice Beam before Mandibuzz reaches back-to-back charge moves, and Ice Beam gets the KO there, and we're able to take that game. So going into next battle, we've got a triple shiny Shadow theme team here with Shadow Victory Belt in the lead. The opponent stage swaps into Tentacruel. We can come in with the shiny Shadow Hypno, and we are going to no-shield this as the opponent is going to fire off a Scald. Scald does huge damage. It drops our attack, and it ends up being a simultaneous KO there. So honestly, gonna come down to just a coin flip as whether we come back in with the Victory Belt, and it's a good matchup for us. But unfortunately, we come in with the Shadow Scissor, so not great for us. However, we are running Fury Cutter and Trailblaze. We're going to get to the double super effective move very quickly, and the opponent does not respect the damage. We get the one shot, we get the boost, of course, as it is guaranteed, and now we fire off a Night Slash. Night Slash is going to be shielded, and we get the boost with the Night Slash as well. We are now triple boosted on our shiny Shadow Scissor. We're going to shield. They full send a Dazzling Gleam for some reason. I mean, you can see in the ELO range there, I mean, it's not a very high ELO battle, but still, that's a very strange decision there. But we're able to get the Fury Cutter farm down and take that game. Into next battle, we see Quaquaval here into Annihilate, and this is a triple hat theme team, but also 3 pretty glassy Pokemon as well. We fire off the Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace is going to be no-shielded. Now this one, we can also no-shield this as the opponent fires off the Rage Fist. Unfortunately, they can counter farm us down. We somehow miss a single wing attack's worth of damage there, but it doesn't actually make any difference. Confusion still gets the KO, and the opponent comes in with a Dugong, so we are going to unfortunately be outpaced to this first charge move. Gonna shield. The opponent baits with an Icy Wind, which is unfortunate. We're now going to fire off the Psychic straight away here. Psychic is going to grab the shield from the opponent. We then swap into our Shadow Cacturn. The opponent banks energy before swapping into a Clodsire. So going straight for Trailblaze here. Trailblaze is going to, of course, boost up our attack there. The opponent, if they commit to a farm down, actually allows us to reach another charge move. Trailblaze number 2, going to grab that final shield. We can now come in with the Mr. Rhyme. Have to shield this up. It could be a Stone Edge. The opponent actually full sends an Earthquake there, and we're able to get the Confusion farm down before they reach another charge move. The opponent comes back in with the Dugong. They fire off the Drill Run, but it doesn't do enough damage, and we are just barely able to hang on, reaching the Psychic, and from this range, Psychic gets the KO, and we're able to take that game. Into next battle, we've got a shiny Mew into a shiny Decidueye. So obviously not great for us, and honestly a bit of a core breaker for the team. So we're just going to stay in here. The opponent is going to fire for charge move, just barely outpacing us. They go for a Spirit Shackle. Spirit Shackle, I don't know if they got the debuff there, I couldn't really see. But either way, we fire off the Flame Charge. Flame Charge, going to be shielded, but unfortunately they can just farm us down. We come in with our Porygon 2, and unfortunately, it's going to be a very awkward task to take out this Decidueye here, as we have Lock On, Tri Attack, and Zap Cannon. So instead, we're going to swap, catching hopefully a Frenzy Plant on our Galarian Articuno, and it is that Frenzy Plant. They then come in with a Talonflame, and we're going straight for the Ancient Power. We don't throw on the best timing, but Ancient Power actually doesn't quite get the KO there. That is very surprising, but that might be better for us because we give them pretty much no farm at all. We can now come in with the Porygon and go straight for a Tri Attack. Tri Attack is going to be no shielded, and they've got Greninja in the back. So of course, we are down a shield here. This is going to be tricky, but we're going to go straight for the Tri Attack. Tri Attack is going to be shielded, but it does get the debuff to both their attack and their defense, and we can fire off another Tri Attack straight away. Tri Attack is going to get another debuff, meaning they will not be able to get the KO here, and we might just be able to go for a full lock on farm down. The opponent had back-to-back charge moves, but it doesn't matter. One lock on gets the KO, and we're able to take that game. Into next battle, dream lead for us. The opponent safe swaps into Wigglytuff, and we can hard punish them with a shiny Shadow Metagross, and again, another shiny Shadow team. At this point, honestly, Metagross probably can't tank a Swift that comfortably, so we're just going to shield, go for the full farm down here, and this is a single move shiny Shadow Metagross. So a bit unfortunate there. I do ask that most people, well, at least try to double move every Pokemon that they have. However, I mean, it's a shiny Shadow Metagross. You're probably not going to use it that often. You can see it doesn't really matter anyways, because we are just completely hard countering this opponent right now with, well, basically the opponent running a very toxic team there, but it just doesn't matter. We can come in with the shiny Shadow Hypno. Not even going to bother throwing a charge move. It doesn't really matter. 2 Mud Slaps from the Golem, gets the farm down there, and we're able to take that game. So going into the next battle, we're going to see a Shadow Zebstrika into a regular Ferrothorn. So of course, Zebstrika does have access to Flame Charge, so hopefully we can land a Flame Charge right off the bat here. We're going to shield up the Power Whip here. We're now going to overfarm, and we are going to throw just before they reach the next charge move, going straight for the Flame Charge. Flame Charge is no shielded. It takes them out there, and they come in with a Quillfish. So we are boosted, but we're going to swap, catch the move onto our Shadow Anorith there. The Aqua Tail gets the full-on one-shot. If you didn't know already, Shadow Anorith insanely glassy there, so doesn't even tank an Aqua Tail, a single 35 energy charge move. We now come in with the Armaldo here. We are now down 2 shields. This is not looking too good for us, but we're going to go and fire off the Rock Blast. Rock Blast is going to be shielded. Can we at least live the Aqua Tail this time around? Aqua Tail, nope, it gets the one-shot again, but Shadow Zebstrika gets that Spark Farm down, and they come in with a Mandibuzz. So we've already revealed Flame Charge. This time we full send the Wild Charge there. We get the Spark Farm down, and we're able to take that game. Into next battle, we've got a triple dog theme team here, and for some reason they're all looking at the battle. I guess they're just proud of what they've done, but either way, we are going to go for a Psychic Fangs here into the Mandibuzz, then swapping into our Furfrou to catch the charge move. The opponent's going to go for a Flame Charge there, so not doing too much damage, but unfortunately they will outpace us to the next charge move. Now you can see we're actually not running Surf, which is quite interesting. We're actually just going to let the move go through, take us out there. I'm not so sure about that, but either way, I guess we could have shielded once and they would have just farmed us down anyway. So we come in, we get the Lick farm down with the Houndstone, and they come in with a Decidueye, so we are just barely able to reach a Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is going to be no shielded by the opponent, and they've got a Goodra in the back. So we come in with the Herdier here, going to go straight for a Crunch. Crunch is going, Stoutland there, and Crunch is going to get the debuff. We grab the final shield. We can now fire off another Crunch here. Crunch is going to do some decent damage at this point. Hopefully puts them into farm down range, not for the Stoutland, but for the lick damage from our Houndstone, and we're able to take that game. Into next battle, we've got a triple mythical theme team here, and Attack from Deoxys, another Pokemon that is not double moved, but honestly, when have you ever seen Attack from Deoxys reach its other charge move? I honestly can't think of a time that I've seen it myself. However, I have actually done a video where I tried to land a Zap Cannon with Attack from Deoxys in the Open Great League, and that was one of the hardest things I've ever tried to do. So anyways, we're going to go for the V-Create there, get the one shot up against the Venusaur, and we come in with our Shaman. Now, unfortunately, Shaman, not the flying form form here, just the regular form, and we are running Hidden Power. I don't even know which form of Hidden Power that is, but either way, we're going to fire off a Charge Move here into Morpeko coming in. Seed Bomb does big damage, sorry, Grass Knot does big damage there, and we get a simultaneous KO. And at this point, we have to hope the opponent just baits with an Aqua Tail, and they do. They don't settle for the crunch for some reason, and now we can just farm up to back-to-back V-Creates. Very nicely played there, because of course V-Create does debuff our defense there, but it doesn't matter. We can go for V-Create number 2, and of course, it will get the KO from this range, and we're able to take that game. Into next battle, we've got a triple Shadow team here, leading with a Shadow Xatu, running Feint Attack as the fast move. The opponent swaps into a Shadow Typhlosion, and unfortunately, they are probably going to be able to maintain alignment here. Thunder Punch is going to grab our shield. We should have probably farmed up to back-to-back Blaze Kicks there before throwing, but either way, Blaze Kick is going to be shielded by the opponent, but because we don't, the opponent actually goes for the extra Incinerate, going for the farm down, and we reach a second Blaze Kick. So either way, we're going to come in with the Xatu. We actually lose CMP here, so maybe should have gone for the extra fast move damage instead, but either way, we go for an Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace will be getting the KO, and that was actually just a regular Typhlosion, I've just noticed. It's just because of the shadows on the screen from our Pokemon, but either way, they come in with a Gastrodon, and this is fine with us. We are, of course, resisting the Mud Slap damage. We are going to stay in, just force the opponent to throw here, as the opponent is going to go and fire off the Earth Power there. I don't really know why they went for Earth Power, but either way, we're going to go for a Charm Farm down there. We come in with our Shadow Purloin. Sorry, Lipard. Why am I getting everything wrong here? Either way, we get the Charm Farm down, and we're able to take that game. Right, so into the next battle, we're going to see a Sharpedo lead into Charjabug. We swap out into a shiny Torracat, and we're baiting out a Shadow Swampert. So we are going to... Well, we landed a Crunch at this point, so we're just going to no-shield this. We can come in with either Pokemon, I suppose. Maybe come in with the Shadow Cactus. Nope, we're going to come in with the Sharpedo, go for that Waterfall Farm down there, and the opponent already has a Charge Move bank, so we're going to shield this as they fire off the X-Scissor, then swap into our Shadow Cacturn, and they will reach a second X-Scissor. So, of course, going to hit for double super effective damage. We have to shield this, but we can go for the Sucker Punch Farm down, and they've got Greninja in the back, so we go straight for Trailblaze here. Trailblaze should be grabbing a shield from the opponent. It does exactly that. The opponent is going to fire for Charge Move. They have to go for Hydro Cannon here. Both moves are resisted, but Night Slash just doesn't do much damage. They get the boost. However, we can go for Trailblaze number 2, and our Switch Clock is up, meaning we can come in with Sharpedo, and the opponent over farms there, allowing us to win CMP with the Poison Fang, getting the KO, and we're able to take that game. So going into the next battle, we got a triple, unevolved, well, not fully evolved flying type team, and unfortunately leading into Charjabug, so this is awful for us. We're going to swap into a Hidden Power Togetic, which is very interesting. The opponent's going to stay in with the Charjabug, which is not really ideal for us. We probably would like to bait something else out, but either way, they go for a second Discharge there. Discharge will get the KO. We are going to come back in with our Vullaby here, and we are going to fire off the Brave Bird, just guarantee the KO at this point. I mean, the opponent probably going to shield. No, they don't shield. They let that go through. We swap, and they've got another hard answer to flying types, but then they swap out, and they give us a huge lifeline here, because now Staravia is going to double resist the Shadow Claw damage. We fire off the Aerial Ace. That's going to put them into farm down range, so we're definitely going to shield up the Hydro Cannon, go for the farm down here, and at this point, honestly, our only win condition is just full sending a Brave Bird. I don't blame us for going straight for it, and the opponent, what are you doing? You've got 2 shields there, literally just shield a single Charge Move, and that's an easy win for you, but whatever, we're definitely going to take it. Into the next battle, we're going to see a Clodsire in the lead up against our Forret, and we are running Hyper Beam, so hopefully we do just full send the Hyper Beam here. They're going to fire for Stone Edge, so honestly, not really going to look to try and catch the next move, because of course Stone Edge would hit for super effective up against our backline. Hyper Beam does huge damage, but unfortunately it doesn't quite KO, so they do reach a second Stone Edge there. We're going to fight for switch advantage, which we probably didn't really need with 2 bug type Pokemon in the back. However, they've actually got a Dunsparce, so of course Shadow Scyther going to take double super effective damage from the rollouts. We do need to avoid it with our Scyther. So at this point, Rock Slide will be getting the KO. We can come in with our Forret, and we're going to have to shield this. Scyther cannot see this Dunsparce, otherwise it's just going to be game over. So we're going to overfarm here, go for the Brick Break just before they reach the next charge move. Brick Break are going to be shielded, and then we swap. And have we just caught a triple resisted drill run onto our Scyther? Yes, we have. Honestly, a roller does more damage than that charge move. We're now going to fire for an X-Scissor as the opponent comes back in with Superior. And X-Scissor puts them into farm down range. The opponent looking to farm down the Scyther, but they're not able to do so. We're able to reach another X-Scissor. X-Scissor gets the KO there. And we're able to take that game. Into next battle, we've got a Shadow Mankey in the lead. This is a triple level 50 team, by the way. We're going straight for the cross chop here. Cross chop is honestly going to do quite a lot of damage. The opponent does use a shield there. So at this point, we're also going to match shields as the opponent fires off an Aqua Tail. And if they go straight for the next Aqua Tail, Mankey going to win CMP here. And cross chop coming through. Barely doesn't get the KO there, but unfortunately that probably means Aqua Tail will be taking us out. So we're going to double shield here. Again, fighting for switch advantage. They come in with a Azumarill, and we're going to swap into our Fidough. And I believe Fidough has the exact same moveset as its evolution. However, of course, at level 50, I mean, it still takes a Hydro Pump to be fair to it. But of course, it's not going to have quite the same stat product there. So unfortunately, we go down. We come in with the Bellsprout. It's not looking too good for us. But they are on Hydro Pump. Maybe they've only got Play Rough as the other charge move. But either way, Power Whip comes through. It grabs a shield there. And the opponent comes in with a Dugong. So we bank the Power Whip. We swap into our Mankey, and we're going straight for a cross chop here. Cross chop is going to grab the final shield from the opponent, and despite the massive CP difference, Bellsprout coming in, winning CMP with the Power Whip, and Power Whip gets the KO up against the Dugong, and we're able to take that game. Into next battle, we've got Togedemaru up against a Shadow Palkia, and we're going straight for Fell Stinger, which I definitely don't agree with, but Shadow Palkia is very glassy, so they're going to just shield it anyway, so I guess maybe that makes sense. Either way, we're going to shield this as the opponent fires off the Aqua Tail. We can outpace them to the next charge move, but once again, we go straight for a Fell Stinger. Fell Stinger is going to be double shielded by the opponent. Honestly, yeah, I'm not really sure why they needed to shield there, but either way, we come in with our Lucario, they fire off an Aqua Tail, and they come in with a Talonflame, which isn't really ideal for us. We are triple weak to fire. However, Thunder Punch does big damage, and the opponent goes for a full farm down there. Now we come in with the Togedemaru. It looks like we missed a Thunder Shock as we came in, but they go for Brave Bird there, which means we can go for the Thunder Shock farm down. They come back in with the Palkia. We then come in with our Breloom, get that Force Palm farm down, and they've got a Licky in the back. So this is great for us. Shields are down. We can go straight for Dynamic Punch, easily getting the one shot there, and we're able to take that game. So going into the next battle, we're going to see Kamala in the lead. So we're going up against a Jellicent here. And this is a great matchup for us. We are running Payback. We're going straight for the Payback. And the opponent does not respect the damage. It gets the one shot. And by the way, this is also a fully lazy team, I guess, with Kamala, which is just sleeping a lot. Shadow Snorlax, which didn't also make it in time to get its snapshot taken properly because it's just very lazy. And then, of course, Slacking in the back. So we go straight for another Payback. Payback is going to be shielded by the opponent, but that's okay. We can just let the Kamala go down as they fire off the Body Slam. We're now going to come in with the Shadow Snorlax. We've got a 2-shield advantage here. We are going to shield as the opponent goes for a Water Pulse there. We're now going to overfarm with the Shadow Snorlax. We go for the CMP tie, but Shadow Snorlax loses CMP, but the opponent just goes for a Body Slam there, so we can now fire off a Superpower. Superpower, he actually undercharged that, so we can come in and snipe with the Yawn damage, but unfortunately, it actually doesn't do enough damage to get the KO there. We no-shield the Body Slam. The opponent comes in with a Muck, and we are just barely able to reach an Earthquake up against this Muck. Earthquake hits for super effective damage. It gets the one shot, and we're able to take that game. And now into the final battle of this video, we're going to see a sort of Spice Girls themed team. I hopefully they're actually not assigned to specific Spice Girls, because I wouldn't want to be associated with Jinx at all, because that is quite an ugly looking Pokemon. But anyways, we are going to see the opponent is core broken by our lead here with Serena. We are going to overfarm, and we are now going to swap into a Frost Breath Jinx here, and they come in with a Salazzle. So of course, if we're on Confusion, this should be a pretty neutral matchup, but unfortunately, Frost Breath hitting for resisted damage there. They're able to farm us down. We shield just in case just in case it's a Dragon Pulse, and it actually was, which is a huge shield for us, because now we can just go for a full Confusion farm down. They will reach back-to-back charge moves, but that's okay. Body Slam number 2 gets us low, but 2 more Confusions from Gothitelle get the farm down there, and we're able to take that game. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And if you want to take your support even further, you can now become a channel member with perks including early access to new videos, shoutouts at the end of each video, custom loyalty badges, and custom emojis to use in the comments. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has already become a channel member. Your support is greatly appreciated, and with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.